Okay, so here's how I made a Dagoth Ur Cosplay. To get the pixelated look on a 3D form, I downloaded the rip textures and 3D models from Morrowind. To make the body, I cut up an old bodysuit that I knew already fit me. I laid it all out on the floor next to a ruler and then I took it into fake Photoshop. Taking this texture and then mapping it out onto my body was probably the most work for this part. Once it's all done, I had to order the printed fabric and then sew it up. For the hands, I printed out some nails and then I used my heat gun to form them around my fingers. For the belt, I used the same process with the fabric, except I added some foam in there to give it some weight. Finally, onto the mask. I printed out the entire head from the 3D model. It took a bit of math to get the size right, but eventually I got it. A giant PLA mask would be too heavy, so instead I made it out of Warbla. The PLA was just a form where I could wrap the Warbla onto. I put aluminum foil in between the Warbla and the PLA just so that it wouldn't deform. Once I got my Warbler piece, I was ready to add my vinyl to it. The vinyl I custom printed is also just the texture right from the game. If I were to redo this, I probably would have planned the mask out a little bit better. I thought the vinyl would stretch a bit more when placed over the mask. Luckily, the custom vinyl comes in a big wide sheet, so I had a bit of extra to work with. I was able to use the extra pieces, kind of like the patch tool in Photoshop, just to fill in all the holes. And then the last part for the mask was I had to attach it to a welding helmet replacement headgear piece. I printed out some basic shapes and then used those to attach them. I didn't really want to go and engineer a whole headpiece if I didn't need to. It's a lot faster to just go in with my wood burner and then melt the stuff together. I love wearing this cosplay. I can get through the headache from wearing the headgear for hours, and then I can go through wearing a somewhat tight corset all day, but I hate that I just can't use my hands because of those nails. Also, when the mask is down, I have low visibility, so I have to wear it up when I'm walking through the halls, but if I have it worn up, then it's harder for people to recognize me. And that's the end of the video. I'll put all the resources I used into the description below, and then if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and I'll try to respond.